my mind. I guess it goes like
Good evening and welcome to UBCO in Kelowna, where the UBCO will tangle with the UBC Thunderbirds and U Sports women's basketball action on Canada West TV. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge that UBC Okanagan is situated in the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation and their peoples. We would also like to acknowledge that you are joining us today from many places near and far, and acknowledge the Indigenous peoples and traditional caretakers of those lands. I'm Kirk Penton, joined by color analyst Bowen Aspman, and we are underway here in Kelowna, where it's the 14-2 Thunderbirds against the 7-7 Heat. What are you expecting tonight, Bowen?
Well, I'm expecting a good battle between two rivals, a little big sister, little sister.
Yep.
It has been for so many years, but recently these two teams have battled to draws throughout the two-game sets in the past couple of years. So.
Absolutely, yep. UBC won the first 14 games these two teams played. And there's Jaylee Ibbotson. You'll be seeing a lot of her tonight. She gets the Heat on the board. Number 9, one of the top players in Canada West. Top scorer, top rebounder. And there's a nice pass inside. And there's a turnover as Karis Merton could not find Haley Council with a crisp pass. So it's Heat ball, yes. The Thunderbirds won the first 14 matches, and they are 3-3 in their last 6. So Heat head coach Bobby Mitchell said that that's kind of a mental hurdle that his team was able to get over, that it's not an impossible mountain to climb. And there's Kelsey Falk. The Vernon product makes it 4-zip. She always has very good games against the Thunderbirds. She's led the Heat in scoring against UBC 3 of the last 4 games.
Yeah, they're going to need her on the offensive and defensive end, as the Thunderbirds are riding a 10-game winning streak.
There's a nice floater from Emily Martindale, the 4th-year player out of Ancaster, Ontario. And the Heat in recent games have been throwing their height at people, but that won't be the case today. But when there's easy baskets like that, you don't need the height, as Kelsey Falk puts another 2 inside the hoop. Olivia Weeks off the glass. And there's some of that height that UBC brings to this one tonight. And it's 6-4 now for the hosts. Weeks, a Winnipeg product. Looking at Abby Smith, they probably tangled back in Winnipeg. Both 3rd-year players out of the Manitoba capital. The 3 does not fall, and there's Weeks getting the board. Mona Berlitz now.
Be an interesting matchup with Berlitz and Ibbotson matched up against each other on both ends.
Absolutely. Weeks gets the rebound, but can't put it away, and Ibbotson comes tearing down the court. Nice play by Weeks to break up that pass, but Sofia Ainsa-Yuk, the Spaniard, gets her hands on it, dishes it off to Abby Smith. Abby Smith, a little off the mark. And they're going to say a foul was committed by UBC under the basket.
Yeah, Kelsey Falk already making an impact. Couple buckets, and that's drawing the foul.
A couple of substitutions now as Tennyson McCarthy checks in for the Heat. While Stella LaGrange, the Kelowna product, playing back in her hometown here tonight, checks in for the first time.
We saw a lot of Tennyson McCarthy last week. She misses the layup there.
Yeah, a little strong, but she has been a blocking machine. And she did not get the block there, no, but was in the way and picks up UBCO's first foul of the night. Heat, as we mentioned, are 7-7. They sit 9th in Canada West. And the top 12 teams make the playoffs, so they've reached the stage where every victory matters, as Weeks gets the first to go. She's a 75.5% free throw shooter on the year. And she gets both to tie this one up 3 minutes in. The Thunderbirds, meanwhile, 14-2, 10 in a row, but they sit second behind the powerhouse Saskatchewan Huskies, still undefeated. Kelsey Falk draws the foul. Looks like LaGrange is picking up her first foul.
Yeah, that's great early aggression from Falk.
Yep, Falk, for some reason, brings it against these Thunderbirds. Ibbotson, normally the leading scorer and rebounder, has had her struggles against this team. I don't know if they focus on her like most teams usually do.
Yeah, I think Falk's physicality and constant movement really pays dividends against these Thunderbirds.
Sophia Bergman in the game now. She spins, tries to step aside and knocks it in over Ibbotson. The 6'1" product. There's that size that UBC brings to this one. Smith back to Lauren Fulong, the three-point specialist for the Heat. McCarthy hands it off to Rachel Hatinga. Shot clock down to 5. Here's Ibbotson, where she does most of her work, but that one was a little light. She was surrounded by two navy blue jerseys. There's a nice drive by Martindale. Tries to find Weeks, but it's a now fast break for the Heat. Doesn't get it to go. McCarthy with the rebound, and it's good. She's on the floor. Gets up quickly as Merton heads back the other way.
Yeah, already a couple early turnovers from the Thunderbirds.
Weeks can't get the three-pointer to go. And that one goes off of LaGrange and out. And some more substitutions here as Aiko Williams runs onto the floor. She missed last week and has that left leg
Heavily
braced up. She can also shoot the three for the Heat. Sarah Tonaguzzi in for the Thunderbirds. Some nice defense there by Merton on Fulong. Ainsa Yuk now back to Fulong. And they're going to say that Fulong had her foot out of bounds.
And that was just some swarming defense by the Thunderbirds, switching everything. Able to cause that turnover. Because that's what you can do when you have a lot of size on your team. You don't really have too many mismatches on the defensive end.
Tonaguzzi now inside. And the hoop and the harm is Sophia Bergman. Puts it away with the left hand. And the Thunderbirds back in front, 10-9. Here in the first quarter on Canada West TV. We're also streaming on CBC tonight. CBC broadcasting a couple games a week. Good to see the sport getting a little more action across the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
As Bergman makes the three-point play to give her team an 11-9 edge. Ainsa Yuk now with Jade Hunt on the floor also now for the T-Birds. Williams sends it inside. Stephanie Hart out to Fulong. It's a little long. Fulong last weekend in the sweep of Thompson Rivers had some trouble shooting the three. Nice play there to break up that pass. She was 0 for 7 in the first win over Thompson Rivers and then missed the first two on Sunday. We weren't sure if she was ever going to make it, but
she kept shooting.
Sure enough, hey.
Shooters shoot.
Keep that confidence. Rather be 0 for 29 than 0 for 7, right?
Exactly, yes. Love that quote.
Bergman can't get it to go. The ball is loose. There's chaos on the floor. Falk dives onto the pile. And they're going to say it's a jump ball, and that's going to be Heat possession.
Seems every whistle a new Thunderbirds player is checking in.
Yes, they certainly go through the roster, and that's one thing that Heat head coach Bobby Mitchell said before this one, is they have to know every player and her tendencies in this one, because oh, what a pass. Falk inside, Fulong with the vision, and we're tied up once again, 11-all, and Mona Berlitz leaned forward and stepped onto the court there. And that's another turnover for the visitors, who, like I said, used to waltz into this gym and just destroy the Heat.
Yeah.
Sleepwalk their way to victories, but that is no longer, as Bobby Mitchell has this team and this program playing some very good basketball, led by number 9, who wanted a foul there. Doesn't get it, but they are going to say it went off of a UBC player.
Olivia Weeks now guarding Ibbotson.
There's a 3 for Williams, and it's good. Welcome back, Aiko Williams. As the first 3 drops in this one to give the home side a 3-point edge. The 2 number 9s. Oh, sorry, that was Falk on Weeks, and the foul is committed. Just the first for Falk, the Vernon product. The scorekeeper's always got to be on their toes in this one, boy.
Yeah.
Isabelle Armand in her first year with the Thunderbirds comes in here, has them 14-2. No problem. There's a nice play underneath as Weeks delivers. Weeks, the second leading scorer on the T-Birds this year, behind Berlitz.
Yeah, and they both aren't three-point shooters, so they do most of their damage in the paint.
Yep.
As we've seen that early on.
That one goes off of Berlitz, the German in her second year. Well, they're going to say it went off of the Heat. It looked like it went off of Berlitz, and we have a timeout, I believe. We do have a timeout with 3:18 to go. We got there eventually with 3:18 remaining in the first quarter. The Heat have to probably be pretty happy with how this one has started against a team that is as red hot as the Thunderbirds are.
Yeah, absolutely. They've caused 4 Thunderbirds turnovers, although some of them you could say were self-inflicted. Like Berlitz stepping over the baseline there. But yeah, it's been a great start. Kelsey Falk has been doing a great job of kind of attacking, lackluster defense and just cutting to the hoop. And Heat players have been finding her. So, although based upon the stats here and like the turnover discrepancy, they are up only 1.
That is true.
So it's a testament to the Thunderbirds and their consistency.
Sophia Bergman and Kelsey Falk both have 5 points to lead their teams. As the players return to the floor, the Heat are wearing the pink shirts. And some of them have pink accoutrements, as it's their Shoot for the Cure game where they're raising money for cancer research. They do it every year.
Heat now into a zone defense.
Weeks finds some space, gets the offensive rebound, puts it away.
And that's a problem in the zone defense, is you got to find the person to match up with for offensive rebounds.
Absolutely.
And when you're not on the man-to-man scenario, get those easy ones.
Ainsa Yuk was looking for Ibbotson inside, but the pass was too strong. Turnover. Berlitz looking for her first bucket, and she gets it to go. And the German is on the board.
Just too tall for Hitinga down low. We'll see how long that zone lasts. It's been picked apart these 2 possessions.
Ainsa Yuk is able to save that one before it goes out. Inside to Falk, and there's number 14 again.
Yeah.
There's just something about these Thunderbirds that gets her going.
You blink and all of a sudden she's underneath the basket for a layup, it seems.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds are going to have to start paying a little more attention to number 14, that's for sure. Martindale now.
And
Over to Berlitz. Berlitz drives and just muscles her way to the bucket. That left hand is working very well as Ibbotson hits the floor. She was fouled.
I like that matchup of Berlitz and Falk. Falk's probably the Heat's best defender in space. And with Berlitz getting going here, it's a good matchup to watch.
So Abby Smith back in the game for the Heat. Martindale watching Hatinga. Ainsa Yuk. The switch, tried to get it inside, but Weeks put her big wings up. And she just darts down the floor, gets it to go, and the foul. And the Thunderbirds up 5 and have a chance to go up 6 with 1:35 to go here in the opening quarter.
And this is where we're seeing the Thunderbirds' top leading scorers start to get their offense going.
Weeks already with 10. And cannot make it 11.
Which the crowd was very happy about that.
Good sized crowd on hand here tonight in Kelowna. Beautiful day. No reason not to come on out.
Yeah.
Watch these two teams go at it. Hatinga, a little heavy, but there's Kelsey Falk with the offensive rebound. Hatinga missed that one, so the shot clock doesn't reset. Ibbotson can't get the 3 to go. The ball's bouncing. Falk once again, and she is fouled. Number 14 just keeps bringing it. And that was only the 4th foul. Both teams with 4 fouls here with 1:07 to go. So the next fouls for both teams will send the other one to the line in the bonus situation.
And that was LaGrange's second, so she heads to the bench.
Ibbotson, Ainsa Yuk. Inside to Smith. Smith has it just ripped out of her hands by the fellow Winnipegger, Olivia Weeks. Karis Merton now. Inside to number 9, never a bad idea. She spins. Smith stays with her. Ibbotson over. Nice defense, but Weeks with the offensive rebound. Martindale's got it again. Weeks. Just too strong.
Yeah, and Abby Smith went to double on top and left Weeks kind of alone in the paint instead of guarding Weeks down low.
2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so the Heat are going to have to make something happen here. Ibbotson heavy on the 3. They get the ball back though. 7 seconds to go. Hatinga trying to get it over to Ainsa Yuk. Merton with the nice play there.
It's been a couple early 3-point looks for Ibbotson, which isn't her specialty. Although last year in the victory for the Heat, she did make 4 threes in the game, but you'd like to see her kind of drive to the basket a little bit more.
Yep. So 3.4 seconds to go. The Heat are going to have to act fast. Inside to Smith, but it's rejected there. Nice play by Amelia Bandman, and it ends, the first quarter does, with the visitors up 23-16. You're watching Canada West women's basketball action on Canada West TV. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. furnace, as they call it here in Kelowna. The Heat down 23-16 after the first quarter to the UBC Thunderbirds, who have won 10 in a row and then decided to shoot 62.5% from the floor in the first quarter, just to remind everyone that they're playing some good basketball right now.
And you know what? That usually leads to those victories. So
there you go. Nice rebound there by Tennyson McCarthy. Rookie out of Lake Country, just up the road from Kelowna.
Yeah, and it was a spate of early or late turnovers by the Heat in the last couple of minutes. So they already have 5, now 6 in the game.
Yep, that is another one. Sarah Taniguchi sends it inside. It ends up on the fingertips of Sophia Bergman. And it's now a 9-point lead for the Thunderbirds. Sophia Ainsayu can't get the 3 to go. Stephanie Hart got her hand on it, but couldn't haul it in. Haley Council does, and quickly down the floor, the Thunderbirds go, and just like that, Taniguchi puts that one away.
So a lot of settling for the Heat for those early shot clock threes, and those lead to leak out fast breaks, and the Thunderbirds have been so good in the fast breaks of getting those layups.
And Olivia Weeks, who scored 12 points in the first quarter, not even on the floor right now for the Thunderbirds, who, as we mentioned, roll through a boatload of players.
Speaking of boatload, we got
a line change here. As Ibbotson is one of the returnees. Lauren Fulong also back into the game, and Tammy Aina, number 7 for UBCO, into the game. McCarthy, nice give and go there with Ainsayu, who's fouled. Bucket doesn't go, but she'll go to the line to try and stop the bleeding for the home side.
And if you're a Heat fan, you might not want to listen to this, but last season, the Thunderbirds and Heat played each other 3 times. Thunderbirds won twice, Heat won once, and in those games, Jaylee Ibbotson in the win was 7 for 11, and in the losses, 2 for 13 and 3 for 11, and she's 1 of 7 tonight. So a big key for the Heat is having Ibbotson going. And as far that hasn't worked out, and it's been a lot of settling, like we said. So we'll see if her game plan changes in this second quarter.
Ainsayu gets the deficit back to single digits. Olivia Weeks, though, comes back into the game.
Uh-oh.
And we'll see how Ibbotson deals with her fellow number 9. Emily Martindale has that one turned away, and Ainsayu comes away with it. Nice pass to Aina. Aina off the glass, puts it away. Nice defensive play made that happen, and they're going to say that Ibbotson committed the foul. The official hearing it from the crowd. A little late, but a foul is a foul.
It's exactly it. It's late, but you'd rather have it late than not at all. So
Weeks 2 for 3 from the line tonight.
She goes there quite often. 71 and 94 on the season, which soon to be outdated stats.
Yeah, that's a lot of trips. Ibbotson grabs the rebound, gives it to Ainsayu quickly down the floor, and McCarthy was looking for Fulong for a 3.
Yeah, I should have just looked straight to the basket there. Had a pathway.
Taniguchi now inside to Berlitz. Berlitz was going to go underneath. Nice defense, though. She finds another path and puts it in. The points in the paint. 24 already. Pardon me, make that 26 of 30 points have come in the paint for the Thunderbirds as Karis Merton picks up her second foul. She'll go off for a bit. And that's 3 fouls now on the Thunderbirds here in the second quarter, just 2.5 minutes in. Give and go, Ainsayuk off the glass, can't get it to go, the ball's loose. Ainsayuk gets it, knocked out of her hands by Hun. And Martindale came away with it. She has it now. Berlitz spinning. Ibbotson, nice defense. Oh, and there's a turnover. Martindale couldn't handle it. Ina comes away with it. Nice play by Weeks to break up that pass to Abby Smith.
Ina's been a nice spark for UBCO here. A couple steals and making some good plays.
Ibbotson inbound. Underneath to Smith. Out to Ina. Ina drives. Once again, it just does not go off the glass. And Martindale quickly down the floor. Ibbotson watching her. Berlitz with that left hand. Can't get it to fall. Nice defense by Smith. Inside to Weeks. And once again, just nobody can stop Olivia Weeks right now. Here's Ibbotson driving against Weeks. She gets it to go.
That's more like it from Jaylee Ibbotson.
Maybe that'll get her going.
Heat do that quite a bit where it's a basket on one end, but it's still a fast break somehow for the Heat. They get down the court so fast.
Yeah.
And get a quick layup.
Jade Hun gives it to Berlitz. Shot clock down to 3. Berlitz puts it up. It's short. Ina comes away with the rebound. Heat down 10. Nice drive there by Ina, and it falls. The crowd loves that. And we have more substitutions. And we have a timeout from Isabel Ormond in her first year after helping Alberta win the Canada West title last year.
Yeah, she might win another Canada West title.
She knows how to do it.
Yeah. Impressive.
Had a chat with her before the game. She just said, you know, I said, how do you come in here and turn these guys into, you know, and the last 2 years weren't the best for the Thunderbirds. They're normally crushing everybody,
Yeah.
but they were just 11-9 last year, won only one playoff game, and then she comes in. They were a great defensive team last year, and we see it again here tonight,
Yeah.
how good they are on defense. But yeah, she just said they come in, they play and practice hard. She said you can easily show up for a game and play hard, but it's not going to do you any good.
Right.
She's a firm believer in the practicing hard. Practice like you're going to play, and she said everybody is just given everything. And when she plays them as much as she does, that must fire up everybody as well, knowing that you're going to get, when you have that many players getting that much time, it must motivate everybody to, you know, give everything they have.
And it's good too. I mean, she clearly doesn't have any of her own recruits being in her first season, so the fact that there's buy-in and they've won so many games this year is a good testament to her character and work ethic. And
absolutely.
Thunderbirds, though, they always have such a wide kind of scouting base. They have that whole lower mainland where a lot of the top players kind of head to UBC, but you have to have a good culture as well to get those players there.
And of course, the first thing she said when I asked her about this game was it was her mom's birthday today. So happy birthday to Laura.
Laura, right on. All these fans here are not wishing for a happy birthday for her, so.
No. There's a battle for it. Martindale has it. Well, they're going to say that Fulong got a little too physical there with Sophia Bergman. It's only 2 fouls, though, on the Heat here in the second quarter, so the bonus is still relatively far away. Here's Jade Hun. Over to Martindale inside. Bergman can't get it to go, but they're going to say that Smith fouled her on the way up. The Heat crowd.
It's a foul, and it all started with the pump fake from Bergman, and it got Abby Smith in the air, and all of a sudden you're behind, and now you have to catch up and play defense. So seems like all these Thunderbirds have just phenomenal footwork down in the key.
The North Vancouver product makes the first and knocks down the second, no problem. She's got 9 so far in this one. Weeks already up to 15 points to lead all scorers for the Thunderbirds. Williams, Hatinga, and Falk going back and forth. 7 on the shot clock. Williams for 3, no. Falk with the rebound and the putback. They should probably just keep Kelsey Falk on the floor all night. What do you think,
so.
Bob?
I was just about to say, where's Kelsey Falk been? There she is, doing what she does best.
Crowd has the defense chant going. Taniguchi drives, another foul. And that's going to be 4 fouls now on the Heat. I said they were far away from the bonus, but they're quickly approaching it.
Yeah, next foul.
As the inside game of the Thunderbirds proving to be a little too much for the Heat to handle so far in this one, but UBCO within 8 after that miss from third-year player out of Oakville, Ontario. And she misses both. Williams now. Over to Hatinga. Hatinga kicks it out to Falk. Falk drives. Tried to pass it to Smith, but they're going to say that Hun knocked it out of bounds. And substitution now for the Thunderbirds. LaGrange checks in for Taniguchi. Pardon me. Williams, quick 3, short. And it heads out of bounds off the rim. So it's Thunderbirds ball with 4:18 to go here in the first half.
Heat have been liking that sidelines out of bounds play with Aiko Williams leaking out for a 3.
Tennyson McCarthy checks in for Abby Smith. Hun will run the offense now. Hun got the space, got past Williams, but couldn't finish, and the Heat come away with it. Nice long pass to Hatinga. And that goes out of bounds off of Weeks. And if you watch McEwen basketball a few years ago, and you think number 12 looks familiar, she was Rachel Hare when she played there. She's now Rachel Hatinga. She got married. And she has the ball. She gives it over to Ain Sayuk. Cannot get the 3 to fall, and the long rebound ends up in the hands of LaGrange, and she dashes down the floor. Weeks now working against Ibbotson, trying to back her down, sends it out. Bergman tries the left hand again. That one doesn't fall. That's a rarity. The ball is loose. McCarthy comes away with it. And the Thunderbirds, I believe, just picked up their 4th foul of the quarter.
I believe it was on the Heat. It was a chaotic sequence there. We saw basically every single Thunderbirds coach get up off their chair and start shouting at the refs.
I believe that is the 3rd foul on the Grange, although the officials are talking about it.
Yeah. There was a lot happening.
Yeah, so that is 3 fouls now on the Kelowna product. Went to Okanagan Mission Secondary back in her hometown. So both teams now with 4 fouls. 5 puts the opposition on the free throw line. And now the Thunderbirds are going to put a bit of pressure on. Falk, nice pass to McCarthy, and it eventually falls. It was thinking about not, but it does. Taniguchi's back in the game already. Merton drives, can't get it to go. Ainsayuk comes away with it, goes behind the back.
She's got that ball on a string.
Yep, that's a long 2, and it's good. And just like that, the Heat are within 3 with 2:40 to go. Berlitz, nice move. Inside, they're just controlling the paint.
When in doubt, get it to Berlitz down low.
Yep.
Make something happen.
They put a 3 on the board. It was only a 2 though, so it's a 6-point game now, not 5. There's a nice pass inside. Kelsey Falk, the recipient of that sweet dish. Haley Council stopped on her way to the hoop, as we're now under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Taniguchi loses it to Hatinga. Hatinga surrounded, and she had the ball.
Got a foul.
And she draws the foul with 1:48 to go.
This has been a physical game. Seen a lot of bumping and bodies hitting the floor, and
timeout called by Isabel Ormond. That's her second. Olivia Weeks still leading the way with 15 points for the Thunderbirds, and Kelsey Falk with 13 already for the Heat to go along with 4 rebounds. Jaylee Ibbotson, who has 8 double-doubles this year, was 1 rebound shy of her 9th last Friday against the Thompson Rivers Wolfpack. She already has 7 rebounds, but just 4 points on 2 for 8 shooting. Thunderbirds still shooting over 50% in this one. At 53.6%. 0 for 3 from deep. The Heat, meanwhile, have tried 12 three-pointers and made just 1.
it's not been pretty from the three-point line, and you'd like to see those threes kind of within the flow of the offense. As we've mentioned, it's been a lot of early shot clock three-pointers, which don't lead to
and both teams
success.
both teams are middle of the pack too, from behind the 3.
They're not
behind the line, I should say. We're going to have a substitution here, maybe.
Just a little chat.
The officials are going to chat to the scorer's table and
Talk about their dinner plans, I think.
Absolutely. So now that the Heat are in the bonus and the Thunderbirds just 1 foul away from getting there, it should be noted that UBC is about 5% better from the free throw line than the Heat are this season.
However, the majority of the free throws are attempted by Jaylee Ibbotson, and she's at just 62% on the year, leaving a lot of points at the line. Looks like we got this all sorted out.
Everybody's ready, and Hatinga gets the Heat within 3 and can make it just a 2-point game. And does just that, as Lauren Fulong will now return to the game for Hatinga. Tiny bit of pressure, nothing much. Taniguchi running the show now for the Thunderbirds. Karis Merton gives it to Berlitz. Berlitz. There's some nice work to recognize the left hand again by Ibbotson, but the rebound ends up back in the hands. They're going to have to shoot it, though, as the shot clock was expiring, and Mona Berlitz makes no mistake.
She kind of posed after, too.
No kidding. Her
Showed the
bench.
shooting arm.
Her
Yeah.
bench. I don't know if she knew that the shot clock was about to run out, but she was standing right in front of her bench, and I'm sure they were reminding her that that previous attempt did not hit the rim. So it's a 4-point game now. Inside to Falk. Falk light on that attempt. She gets it, falls on it, gets it back, and they're going to say it's a jump ball, and it's going to remain UBCO ball. Now in the final minute here of the first half, Jade Hunn replaces Karis Merton. Jade Hunn, a first-year player out of Burnaby.
One of the few rookies, the Thunderbirds.
Ainsa Yuk gets it inside to Falk, who takes a hit, but doesn't let it affect her. UBCO back within 2. Weeks decides to shoot it off the mark, but there's another offensive rebound for the visitors. Berlitz left alone. That shot's heavy. Another offensive rebound, and Fulong ends up fouling Hunn. And once again, the Thunderbirds just too strong in the paint.
Yeah, and Heat are not going to be happy with that, as Hunn just 5'4". Lacking height in that matchup, but is able to get underneath.
And a 90% free throw shooter.
So
she doesn't miss very often. Although she's only been to the line 11 times. She's now 10 for 11. Make it 11 for 12 as the free throw percentage now goes over 90%. So 24.9 seconds to go, 24 seconds, of course, on the shot clock. Basically, they can hold it till the end, down 4.
yeah, and Heat got their offensive personnel in for this possession.
Berlitz pokes it out. Now 15.3 seconds left and 15 on the shot clock. Williams to Ainsa Yuk. 10 seconds. Wide open, Stephanie Hart knocks down the lone 2. And the Thunderbirds aren't going to have enough time, and that ends it here in the first half. A slow start in the second quarter ends with a solid finish for the UBCO Heat. And it's the UBC Thunderbirds 40, the UBCO Heat 38. Through one half of action here on Canada West TV. You're watching U Sports Women's Basketball on Canada West TV. And we will be back with the second half in about 15 minutes.
I got my start in basketball pretty early. My dad is like a huge basketball guy, so as soon as kind of we got into sports, he was like, let's go play basketball. And I really fell in love with it as soon as I got into high school, and I just wanted to play nonstop. In the 7th grade, I was able to do the BC Summer Games, and prior to that, I'd been on a team where I was probably the worst player ever, and I was honestly like super down on myself at that time. I really thought, I was like, I should probably quit basketball. This isn't going anywhere. And luckily enough, I was able to make a different team in the summer for that BC Summer Games, and that team is actually a team that we won the whole BC Summer Games with. And I had so much support from like older girls on that team to help me really feel good about how I'm playing and all that. So that kind of made me really think like, this is something I really want to do. Both of my parents are immigrants, so they came here with kind of having to make their own opportunities for themselves. So when they had me and my sister, it just felt like they really wanted to give us the most opportunity that they didn't have for themselves, which was just, I'm so fortunate for that. Growing up through every sport I've had, they've always been there. At my games, they've always been cheering me on. I've never had a moment where I feel unsupported in my family, which is really awesome. Going into the recruiting process, it was quite difficult because earlier in my high school season I had torn my ACL, and then kind of a year and a half later I somewhat did it again. So Bobby called me up and we had really great conversations from the start, and I was really enjoying what he was saying, and I felt really confident that this was going to be a really good school. But I wasn't 100% dead set on here until we had a conversation about who was coming here and the role that I could have on this team.
Aiko's potential with her program is really high. In the first couple of years, I think she's kind of getting her feet settled in terms of a student athlete, what goes with that on and off the court, not just the basketball side of things, obviously academics, lifts, all of that. But she offers some versatility, and right now she's a bit more of a shooter, and that's what her key role is, but she handles the ball well, she plays good defense. We do see some leadership ability in Aiko, and we would anticipate Aiko having a pretty significant role and a major impact over the next couple of years in our program.
Coming here, I think there was a lot of growth for me as an individual, as an athlete, knowing that there still are a lot of contributions to make in practice, during games, that aren't just putting the ball in the hoop, I think was pretty huge for me.
Aiko has a lot of energy. She's a very positive person, smiles a lot, and likes to have fun, but does it in the right way in terms of when it's time to be serious. She understands that, and when it's time to, maybe we need a laugh or a light moment, she's definitely one that's there for that. From a team culture standpoint, Aiko is exactly what you want as a coach. Understands her role, fills that role to her max, and then, like I said, really brings a lot of good, positive energy into our locker room.
I obviously love when things are serious, and especially in games. I'm not trying to make things funny, but I'm always trying to keep things lighthearted also on another aspect, and I think that's kind of important just to have both sides. We do a lot of dancing, and we've kind of inputted it into our pregame kind of, I guess, schedule that we all do some dancing, and I think it really lightens the mood, kind of gets us all really energetic. People get excited, and we're all cheering each other on in a little circle, and it's only something like we kind of just do within ourselves, but it's become something really special that we like to do. Here I get to obviously be in an atmosphere with some really amazing female student athletes. The culture that we have, the people that are on this team, every day we go to practice and people are giving 100%. And knowing that we have all the pieces to achieve really great things this season is really exciting for us. We know we can achieve great things, and just to be a part of that is probably the best thing ever.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How would you describe this season?
In what? I'd. I would use growth to describe our season. The atmosphere is incredible in the gym now compared to my first year, which is just, it's an honor to have and see.
It changed a little bit this year. There was growth behind everything, and there was intention behind everything. Nobody did anything, nobody supported us just because. They all wanted to. They wanted to be here for us. just like how I believe my teammates wanted to be there for me as much as I wanted to be there for them.
For our team, a lot of our wins came from really digging deep. If you stayed with our season, you noticed that we won a lot of our games in 5 sets, and I think that's really good testimony to kind of what it takes to be our team and to kind of get those wins, is because it's really not over till it's over for us, and we'll take it all the way to the 5th set. We'll take it to the 17th point. We'll go past the point limit if that's what we have to do to be that winning team.
No one player is going to win a championship for you, so I think it's going to take all 15 guys on the field and everyone that comes in off the bench. Everyone has to be ready to contribute and do their part to get us there.
To see them play so well on our biggest stage of the season, the last game of the year, trying to end on a high note, #1 team in the country, and see them step up to the plate and perform so well, it was inspiring, honestly.
I just hope that one day it gets to the point where when we make those wins, it's not upsets anymore. It's expected of UBCO to win. I think now people still kind of dismiss us generally as a program and as underdogs and see those things as upsets. I hope at one point it's not an upset anymore. It's just expected of us to sort of win that way, and I think that's how you've established yourself as a program.
It was those last final moments where we didn't know it was the end. We were just playing how we always play, and everyone put their entire soul on the line. There was so much passion behind every pass, every little bit of communication, whether it was verbal or nonverbal. Everyone wanted to be there. Everyone wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than themselves. That showed a lot of growth, that we're doing something not for ourselves, but for the crest that's on our jersey. So, yeah.
We should be the loudest right now, not the quietest.
We know what we're playing for today. Let's go out and get it.
I don't know about the other guys, but I'm hungry for it. I'm hungry for that respect from the rest of the league. I'm hungry for UBCO to be seen as a program that can actually, box with all the other programs.
Being ready to join a legacy, you have to kind of have the mindset that you're joining one.
I think it comes back to the joy of playing. There's a reason I'm still here playing in my 6th year. I really love playing volleyball. I really love being with the team, with this group.
As the team continues to grow, I'm not going to be a part of that growth. But I think it's important that you look at your time here and try to make it as good as it can be for future athletes.
I always say to my teammates whenever it's more of a joke than seriously, but it's if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for the fans. So I think it's a really it's a nice way to remember, there's people that are supporting you beyond your teammates and just beyond your friends in the stands. People you don't know are rooting for you. And so I think having that kind of feeling that, there's people that are there to support you, even though you might not know them, it's really special.
We're all here to accomplish something, and you can tell it's not always all the same thing, but yeah, I don't think we're a little fish in a big pond. I think think we've got the big personality to keep up with bigger schools.
What do you expect for next season?
Winning. Winning.
We say we love, we say we love. Na, 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 na.
And welcome back to Kelowna, where the UBC Thunderbirds have a 40-38 lead on the UBCO Heat as we're getting ready to get the second half going here. I'm Kirk Penton, joined by color analyst Bowen Assman. And we had a pretty entertaining first half, didn't we, Bowen?
Yeah, it's been a game of, I mean, statistically it looks pretty even, but it's kind of been up and down for both teams throughout the first two quarters as teams have been playing hard. A quick early turnover.
Yes, Heat with a chance to tie it. And Ainsa can't get it to go. The ball is loose, and they're going to say it's UBC ball.
Yeah, both teams have 15 field goals. Both teams not hitting their threes. Similar turnover numbers and rebounding numbers, and both teams each have a star player up to with 15 points each in Kelsey Falk and Olivia Weeks.
The Heat went on an 18-8 run to end the first half. Get to within 2. Haley Council's going to kick it back outside to Mona Berlitz, who had a quiet 10 points there in the first half. Council for 3, off the mark, and Hatinga comes flying in to grab the rebound. And once again, the Heat have a chance to tie things up. Falk looking for Ibbotson there, but Weeks knocked it out of bounds. Ibbotson with just 4 points in the first half, but 7 rebounds. Weeks also had 7 boards. There's a quick 3. Hatinga, no, it's off the mark. Ainsa went for that ball and got fouled on the way there.
Yeah, Uke already up to 6 assists in that half.
That's 2 fouls now on Mona Berlitz. As Ainsa Uke gets it into Falk. Falk just tried a wild up and under there, didn't go, and Berlitz comes away with her 4th rebound of the game. She's got the ball, she's gonna give it to LaGrange, who gets it inside to Berlitz, and that's another up and under that doesn't go. Smith with the rebound. And Falk loses the handle, but it goes right to Smith, who has it knocked out of her hands. It goes to Ibbotson. Ainsa Uke almost loses it. But she's got it back. 6 on the shot clock. Some Euro stepping going on there. And she ties it up. A $1:40 into the second half, and we are all square at 40. UBC with a 10-game winning streak, 14-2, second place in the conference. Martindale's shot doesn't go. She's going to try it again off the glass. This time doesn't go. Berlitz gets the rebound, can't put it away. She still gets the offensive rebound, kicks it all the way out. Karis Merton for 3, heavy. Weeks with the offensive board, and she finally puts it in as Mona Berlitz knocked the ball out of bounds, and I guess they're giving her a warning.
Yeah, giving her a talking to. Don't do that again, you could hear the ref say, so. Might have been accidentally on purpose.
Yes.
By Berlitz there.
UBC just controlled the offensive glass there, and were finally rewarded for it. Ainsa Uke down to 5 on the shot clock. She's going to have to move quick here. Falk for 3. Short. Karis Merton with the rebound. Working against the bigger Falk. She pulls up. Council drives. Floater is good. Nice play there by the 5th-year Port Moody product. Ainsa Uke now. The Spaniard gives it to Falk. Falk gave it to Smith, who was moving, and the pass was a bit behind her, and that's the 9th turnover of the match for the home side.
Yeah, in those last 2 Heat possession, it was Uke with the basketball, kind of the whole possession outside the 3-point line, and not a lot on the paint.
Merton gets Uke to fall, but Ibbotson got a piece of that one, and away go the Heat. Ainsa Uke leaves it for Falk, who floats one up, but I don't think she ever had it.
Yeah, it was an audacious pass by Uke, who could have dribbled a little bit longer.
Yeah, and Falk, I think, thought she could just kind of, in one motion, float it up into the basket, but I don't think she had full possession, and she didn't get enough on it. And that's another turnover here with the Thunderbirds up 4, trying to extend the lead. There's a nice drive by Sophia Bergman. Another 3rd-year player who is helping this team as it prepares to host the national championship at the end of next year. And there's a travel called on Tennyson McCarthy. And just like they started the second quarter, hasn't been a beauty start here for the Heat in the 3rd.
Yeah, when the Thunderbirds are taking the ball out of the Heat's main guards and making McCarthy and Smith make decisions, which has led to turnovers by the Heats.
Oh, McCarthy over the back.
And that's her 3rd, I believe.
Yep, that is 3, so we're going to see Stephanie Hart replace the rookie. Hart knocked down the jumper with 9 seconds left at the end of the first half there to get the Heat within 2. Martindale sends it into Bergman. Bergman looked like she was going to leave it for Weeks, but doesn't. Takes it to the hole, can't get it to go. Gets the offensive board. And puts it back.
It's been offensive rebounding. It's been keying this UBC run.
Yep, that's what was the problem for the Heat in the second quarter.
And it's not often you see Daly Ibbotson get out-rebounded, but that happened there.
Fulong, no space to move. Ina now, she's gonna have to put it up as the shot clock expires. It almost goes, but no dice. Bergman with the rebound, gave it to Weeks. Weeks all the way back to Merton. And there's a three, the first one of the game, and it's Kelowna's own Stella LaGrange, and that's gonna force Bobby Mitchell to call a timeout with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So according to my math, that's an 11-2 start for the Thunderbirds.
And I think your math is correct.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if they said that often to you when you were in school.
That was close. I was nervous.
Yeah, he kind of started off that quarter good, but it's been all UBC since then.
Absolutely. 17 points now for Weeks. She's 1 rebound away from a double-double. She's got 9 boards in 22 minutes. Sophia Bergman, 13 points, and Mona Berlitz with 10 for the Thunderbirds. And Kelsey Falk, the only Heat player with more than 4 points. She's got 15, almost half of her team's points on 7 of 12 shooting, and she's going to need some of her teammates to get things going here if they're going to end UBC's 10-game winning streak. Heat trying to win 3 in a row for the second time this year.
Yeah, they had some emphatic victories last weekend over the TRU Wolfpack, which gave them some good motivation early on and heading into this matchup.
Yeah, we talked, when I was talking to Bobby Mitchell before the game, he said the size, I mentioned it, he knew the question was coming. Because even last weekend, he was like, yeah, our size was a massive difference.
Yeah.
And it's just, he was looking at the Thunderbirds during the warm-up, and he's like, yeah, they got some size. So they've been making that count. But there's Ibbotson.
And that's what the Heat need to do more of.
Absolutely. Jade Hunt loses it, and it looks like her back touched the line. The Heat coming out like a pistol out of that timeout. Can they keep it going here, down 9 with 4:30 to go in the third?
That's kind of been a big staple of the Heat, those after timeout bursts and good plays and good couple possessions after breaks.
Inside to Ibbotson, and Weeks did reach in. You could see her grab Ibbotson's left arm. And that is just the first foul on Olivia Weeks. That's 3 fouls now for the T-Birds. Quickly into Ibbotson, and she can't get around Bergman. Nice defense there by number 3. Jade Hunt gets it over the timeline. Ina watching her closely, the screen, and just no room. No room for Hunt to go.
Kelsey Falk was just waiting for that.
Emily Martindale, 4th-year player out of Ancaster, Ontario, looking for somebody. Oh, Weeks was thinking about it. She drives instead, and they're going to say that Ibbotson got a piece of her. And number 9 will go to the free throw line with her team up 9.
Yeah, Weeks just a little bit quicker than Ibbotson there, as they've matched up quite a bit. The dueling nines.
That's 2 fouls on Ibbotson as Weeks knocks down the first. And make it 2 for number 9. She has 19 points. Her season high is 24. She came in a loss to the Saskatchewan Huskies. The Huskies, the only team to beat the Thunderbirds this year. They did it twice in Saskatoon. The ball ends up in the hands of Ibbotson, who kicks it out to Williams and then over to Ayuk. In and out. The ball is loose, and once again, the Thunderbirds come away with it. Sarah Tonaguzzi over to Bergman, the lefty with the 3. Just the second one of the game.
Just like that, it's a 14-point game.
And those add up when they fall. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And the Heat are going to have to get something going here. Aina over to Ayuk. And there's only 3 on the shot clock. Nowhere to go, and it's blocked. And they're going to say
shot clock violation.
And Bobby Mitchell's talking to Sophia Ayuk there.
Yeah, they just struggled to get any penetration in that paint.
Points in the paint now 38-28 in favor of UBC, who turns it over. And Rachel Hatinga is going to check in for the Spaniard, who doesn't seem too pleased going to the bench. She's not happy, but she's a fiery competitor. She is.
Yep.
Still has 6 assists. Team record is 10. She's done it twice. Once again, the shot clock running down. Williams has to put it up, and she's just not going to get it off, or is she? They're saying she did get that off, but once again, the T-Birds come away with the rebound. Berlitz. Back to Weeks. She's off the mark on that 3-pointer. Hatinga with the board. Aina drives, fires it into Hart. There's a fight for it, and they're going to say jump ball. The arrow pointing in favor of UBCO.
Not a surprise that Kelsey Falk was involved in that jump ball.
15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 block. 2 assists for Falk. She's going to have to lead her team back in this one. It's a rematch of playoff game from last year that UBC won.
Nice pass.
Williams. They're happy to have her back in the lineup as she knocks it down.
And there we go with Falk initiating the offense there. Found the open Williams. So maybe we'll see more of Falk kind of having the point guard duties on the offense.
Williams now 2 for 4 from deep. Berlitz drives, just too strong. You could just tell how strong she is. She's got very strong legs, you can tell, and she uses that to her advantage.
Wide shoulders too.
Yep.
And just so deft with her footwork, which is helpful.
Falk, she can do it too. Speaking of strong inside players.
And they'll be matched up against each other.
There's a turnover as Amelia Banman couldn't handle that pass. Williams now.
There we go.
Going to hand it off to Falk, who takes a hit from Tonaguzzi. And with 51.3 seconds to go, Bobby Mitchell's going to put Abby Smith Jaylee Ibbotson and Lauren Fulong back onto the floor. Smith gonna hand it off to Fulong. Inside to Ibbotson, and she just couldn't handle it. And the shot clock had gone back to 20, but
yeah,
somebody was counting.
Heat bench was counting, but the shot clock was at 20.
Yeah, so she just threw up a prayer.
It was almost answered.
Didn't go. Now Berlitz was fouled on the floor.
Heat will be lucky about that one.
So 20.8 seconds left. 13 on the shot. Oh, it'll go back. That's 3 fouls now on Lauren Fulong, who's still looking for her first point of the night. And she's going to head off with 3 infractions. So Taniguchi's going to throw it in here. 14 on the shot. Berlitz working against Ibbotson. Berlitz gives it up. Oh, there's a sweet shot. Bandman, the third leading scorer on this Thunderbirds team, has been quiet today, but she knocks it down. Ibbotson is fouled on the way up. Looked like it was going to be another fruitless journey to the hoop for her, but she gets the call.
Yeah, it didn't look too hopeful. It looks like she kind of just threw up a pair, but it's been hacked on the arm there.
And that's going to be 3 fouls now on Haley Council. As Ibbotson, who, like Bowen mentioned earlier, just 62% from the charity stripe. And she gets the second one to go, but it's still a 12-point deficit, 2.8 seconds left. Taniguchi is going to throw up a prayer, and it comes up a little light. But that is no problem for the UBC Thunderbirds, who will take a 60-48 lead into the fourth quarter over the UBCO Heat. You're watching U Sports women's basketball action on Canada West TV. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this. And we are back at the UBCO Gymnasium. I'm Kirk Penton, joined by Bowen Assman. And the UBC Thunderbirds have a 60-48 lead on the UBCO Heat. looking for win number 11 in a row. And that strong third quarter has them close to doing that, Bowen.
Yeah, 20-10 third quarter for the Thunderbirds, and held the Heat with just 26% shooting, but just like the start of the third quarter, they cause a turnover to start.
Absolutely. Kelsey Falk leading the Heat with 17 points. Had it poked away, but remains Heat ball. Here's Hatinga. Falk had it go between her legs, but they're going to say that Mona Berlitz committed the foul. That's 3 fouls now on the Thunderbirds' leading scorer this season. She averages 15.5 points. She's got 12 tonight.
And you're looking for, if you're the Heat, you're wanting to run the offense through Falk here. She's been far and away the best player.
Ayin Sayuk hands it off. Falk puts it up and it goes. Not probably the way head coach Bobby Mitchell drew it up, but hey.
He'll take it.
Whatever works, as Ayin Sayuk is going to pick up her first foul of the match. As they gave the wrong foul there. They gave Berlitz her 4th, and she's like, nope,
please
wrong,
no.
number 1. Weeks almost steps out, but keeps it alive. Back to Martindale.
And Berlitz had the mismatch there.
Weeks. Nice shot. What a sweet stroke there by LaGrange, the second-year player out of Kelowna.
She's bailed the Thunderbirds out a couple times on the offensive end.
Yep. She's 3 for 3 from the floor as Jaylee Ibbotson draws a foul, and will head to the line with 7 points. She's 1 for 2 from the line tonight.
Now, if she can hit those, I mean, this is one of the best ways to get back into the game because the clock is stopped.
Absolutely.
So going to need all that time to slice into this now 9-point deficit.
And Ibbotson, 2 for 2. And here's Berlitz once again. Gives it up to Merton. Inside to Weeks, and Weeks can't handle it. Ayin Sayuk back in the game. Gives it over Hatinga. Hatinga for 3. No, it doesn't fall, but Jaylee Ibbotson doing what she does. Gets the offensive board, puts it back, and draws the foul, and has a chance to make it a 7-point game.
I didn't like that early 3 by Hatinga, but when you do shoot quickly, there is kind of a bit of a chaotic what happens in the paint. So Ibbotson was able to get that offensive rebound.
She can't complete the 3-point play. Quickly down the floor, and Ina, the crowd thinking she got the block, but the official correctly noting that Ina did lay the body on Stella LaGrange, and LaGrange will go to the line where she misses the first, much to the delight of the hometown crowd. She's probably thinking, why is my hometown cheering against me?
Yeah, do they know I'm from Kelowna? I don't think so.
And she misses the second one. And Ibbotson quickly fires it down to Ayin Sayuk. Ina driving.
Nice.
She's got quickness,
Nice.
and she delivers with that left hand. And it's now a 6-point deficit, only 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows as Kelsey Falk picks up foul number 2. And we have some substitutions as Sophia Bergman Sarah Tonaguzzi come onto the floor for UBC. Tennyson McCarthy and Aiko Williams checked in for the Heat. Weeks goes up and under, can't get it to go. Ibbotson with the board. And it's poked out by Weeks.
That was good defense by Ibbotson down low. She's been beaten a couple times, but is able to stay in front of Weeks there.
McCarthy. Gives it to Ina. Ina inside to Ibbotson, and Ibbotson lost the handle, but she got bailed out when Weeks couldn't corral it either. 10 on the shot clock. So the Spaniard looking for Ibbotson, but Bergman watching her closely. She has to throw it in quickly to Ina. Ina goes around Martindale and puts it home, and it's a 4-point game, and UBC calls a timeout with 7:23 to go. The crowd's loving it as the Heat, who have not had much momentum since early in the third quarter, have it back.
Yeah, just from the start of this fourth quarter, and it's been a lot of Temi Ina with her speed. She's now up to 8 points on the night. She's able to quickly get by those defenders for a couple easy layups.
If you have that left hand, it really seems, in this game, this game has been made for you, because there's been a lot of left-handed layups off the glass.
And perhaps game planning, you're probably game planning like ways to defend, right? Like, all right, defend on the right side, give them the left side for a lot of these right-handed players. But when you're in the flow of the offense and you see the ball being swung around, you kind of go towards that, and all of a sudden you're surprised because it's a left-handed player who can dribble to the basket. So
in all of that chaos there, Ibbotson has picked up her 9th double-double of the season. She's now got 11 points and 10 rebounds to go along with a block. Kelsey Falk and Olivia Weeks both leading the way for their respective teams with 19 points apiece, and Ina almost knocks it out of Hun's hands, and they're going to say that Hun did not get over the timeline. Turnover, Thunderbirds.
And that was all Temi Ina there. Brilliant job. As Kelsey Falk's back in after her 30-second rest.
Yeah. It was more than enough time. McCarthy now. We've seen this play before.
Yeah.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Ain Sayuk has to put it up. Can't get it to go. McCarthy had it for a moment, but Hun comes away with it. And she's surrounded, knocked out of bounds. Ain Sayuk does not like the call.
Yeah, it's going to be called every time when you're defending someone near the sideline, because when they get knocked out of bounds, more often than not, it's because of a bump or two.
Bergman now. McCarthy watching her. Martindale drives. Falk got her hand in there, trying to rip it out. Got arm instead.
And she smiled. She knew it.
And Jaylee Ibbotson is going to check back in.
It's the third foul on Falk. As Falk, McCarthy, and Fulong all have 3. Burlitz, Council, and Merton. And LaGrange with 3 for the Thunderbirds.
And Martindale makes them both. Not surprising, considering she's an 89% free throw shooter. Lead back up to 6. Nice moves there by Ain Sayuk.
Oh, good pass.
It's loose. It's still going to be UBCO ball.
So nice to have such a good ball handler like Yuk on the team. She can just kind of slice through any press. And
yeah, looks like Hatinga's going to get to the table in time. She'll check in for Tennyson McCarthy. Ayuk looking for Falk, gets it to her. 8 on the shot clock. Inside to Ibbotson. Back out. Nice passing. Falk for 3. Yes! Three-point game. Just over 6 minutes to go. Crowd screaming for defense, and there's some defense right there by Ibbotson. And it's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to be Thunderbirds possession. And the Heat have erased that 14-point deficit they faced with 2:13 to go in the third quarter and have it down to just 3 weeks. Cool as a cucumber knocks it down, 21 points for the Vincent Massey product. Hatinga for 3, can't get it to go. Weeks comes away with the rebound, but there's Falk in there.
Another jump ball.
Fighting again. You can tell by the number of jump balls how badly these teams want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sister schools going at it. Heat trying to end UBC's 10-game winning streak. Solidify their playoff positioning a little bit more. Williams for 3, that one's well off the mark. The long rebound easily put away by LaGrange.
And that's practically a turnover with that unfortunate bounce as it sends the Thunderbirds off up and running.
Martindale did a good job of reading that handoff there as Williams had nowhere to go. The shot clock's down to 5. Ibbotson with some sweet footwork down low, but she can't get it to go, but it's going to remain Heat possession as Uke checks back in.
And with that 3 by Falk a couple possessions earlier, it's her career high now with 22 points.
She comes to play, as we said off the hop, but we weren't lying.
We never lie here, so.
That's a good point. Ibbotson hands it off to Uke. Inside to Ibbotson, and they're going to say the foul was committed. That's Karis Merton. And is that number 5? That is number 4, pardon me. They had that thing on the score sheet very quickly as Ibbotson gets the first to fall. We're now past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Heat down 6. Haven't led since they were up 14-13 in the first quarter. Long pass to Merton. Back to Weeks. Crowd still in this one. There's a turnover. Martindale has her pocket picked by Hatinga. Falk's got some room.
Yeah.
She's going to drive. She takes some body contact, can't get it to go. So she tries to wrestle it back.
We didn't see Falk's eyes there, but I'm sure when she saw that open paint, it was just wide open, knowing that she had the opportunity to get in there. But
Falk goes off for Stephanie Hart. I can only assume she will not be gone for long. Merton still in the game with 4 fouls. Number 6 for the Thunderbirds. There's a drive, and they're going to say that Weeks will be going to the line here. Is that Uke? It was Uke. That's 3 fouls now, so the Heat already with 5 fouls in the quarter. UBCO has 4. And Weeks can get a little closer to her season high, but fails to knock down the first.
I wonder how much of an impact like her splits are, these players' splits are from home and away with this sound. Probably makes some impact there.
Absolutely. She makes the second. Still a 6-point lead. There's a ill-advised pass, but the Heat are going to survive that one as it's knocked out of bounds.
And that break of Kelsey Falk lasted, I believe it was 18 seconds.
Yeah.
It was 4:30 she came in,
yeah.
So.
Here's Hatinga now. The shot clock is now at 10. Uke tried to fake out Weeks. She didn't buy it. Pass inside to Ibbotson, and it looked like LaGrange had the block, but that's going to be 4 on the Kelowna product now.
This could be a long 4 minutes with both teams in bonus now.
Absolutely. Ibbotson, who goes to the line almost more than any player in Canada West women's basketball history. Finds herself there once again. She's now 6 for 8, 7 for 9.
Good shooting today.
And it's a 4-point game. 15 points for Ibbotson. Berlitz over to Martindale.
Good switch.
Martindale wide open. Weeks is. She's going to shoot it, and she nails it.
As you saw Ibbotson face a grimace, she looked at her head coach like, yeah, that was on me. Shouldn't have been that wide open.
25 points for Olivia Weeks. One shy of her career high. Uke, nice moves. Over to Ina. It's too much. Martindale with the rebound. Ina all over her. Pressure now. Falk. Will they get it over the timeline just in the nick of time? It's a 7-point lead for the Thunderbirds. Points here could be huge. They can't get it to go. Ibbotson with rebound number 10. Pardon me, number 11 already. Uke loses the handle, and it's UBC ball with 2:50 to go. It's an ill-timed turnover. And the 3-point shooter, Aiko Williams. She's made 2 of UBCO's 3 3-pointers on 22 attempts.
Aye.
So they're not falling, but they're going to need her to do it, and they're going to get the ball back there as it's turned over.
These are all crucial offensive possessions now. Heat are going to have to get some good looks here.
Ibbotson had it, and then she didn't, and it's just taken away by Bergman after it was poked away.
Yeah, Bobby Mitchell wanted to jump on that one.
Inside, Bergman, too strong again. Bergman quietly racking up the points. She's got 18 now. Williams for 3, there it is. If you got Williams on the floor, you have a chance. That's 3 from deep for number 4. And Falk picks up a foul just as the ball was coming over half. And that's going to send the T-Birds to the line.
Let's see if that Heat crowd makes a difference on these free throws.
Weeks can tie a career high. No dice.
6 of 10 from the line, below her average of 75%.
And the second one does not fall, and they're going to say that Bergman went over the back. And that's going to be a couple of more free throws for Jaylee Ibbotson. Like you said, Bowen, get comfy. This could take a while.
And that's Just a painful foul to take on the opposite end. There's 2 more for Ibbotson.
There are some UBC fans out there. We heard it during the pregame introduction.
A little bit of a cowbell, I think, being rung there.
Yep.
Didn't impact Ibbotson.
Ibbotson now
Ooh.
9 for 11
Very impressive.
from the free throw line tonight. And after a slow start, she's all the way up to 17 points. Olivia Weeks has a double-double as well, as does Ibbotson. Weeks with 25 points and 11 rebounds. She hands the ball off to Merton, who's playing with 4 fouls.
Oh, wide open.
Nice pass inside,
Oh.
but Taniguchi can't get it to go, but they get the offensive rebound, and Williams, Ina comes flying in, and they're gonna say jump ball, even though it looked like Weeks might have had it.
And Weeks and Ina perhaps said a couple of words to each other there. The Thunderbirds player kind of shooed Weeks away from the area.
So Williams is back in. She's 3 for 7 from deep.
Bobby Mitchell's doing an offense for defense sub with Ina and Williams.
And they don't necessarily need a 3 at this point.
But you want all your offense as much as you can get.
Hatinga all the way over to Uke.
Ooh, nice
pass to Hatinga, wide open. And that's 7 assists now for Uke. That's her first assist of this second half. And it has the Heat back within 2 with 1:20 to go.
Yeah.
There's a foul.
Yeah.
Uke. Taniguchi held up just enough there. She kind of paused, and that threw the timing off, I think, a bit.
Well, they could have called one earlier. It looks like she got hit earlier on that drive, so the right call. So the furnace is getting loud.
Taniguchi makes the first. Just a 61% free throw shooter. But that's a timely one as it gets her team up by 3. She was 0 for 2 before. Taniguchi thinking Hatinga should have been called maybe for a foul there as she came over and bumped her. So Uke and Falk both have 4 fouls, as do Merton and LaGrange for the Thunderbirds. It's a 4-point lead now for the Thunderbirds. Weeks with 25, Falk with 22. Points in the paint tonight, 46 for the T-Birds, 40 for the Heat.
So we'll see what Bobby Mitchell draws up. We've said how good he has been on sideline out of bounds plays, or after timeout plays. Probably get Sophia Uke with the basketball and have her make a play, as she has just the 1 assist in this half, but it feels like she's had more. I think she's had some passes that led to free throws, or maybe secondary hockey assists as well.
Yep. Ibbotson and Weeks both with 12 rebounds.
So
improving upon their averages in both categories.
So a 4-point game. You don't need a 3-pointer, but gonna need points.
$1:15 to go.
As both teams win bonus, so any foul here by both teams will send the other to the line.
Hatinga right back to Uke. Ibbotson gonna give it back to Williams. Williams for 3, it comes up short. And once again, the battle for the ball on the floor is gonna go in favor of UBC, and Ina will check back in for Williams, with the Heat playing defense now with 1:06 to go.
And this is virtually a must defensive possession for the Heat.
Uh-oh. Martindale over to Merton. Merton has room, gives it to Berlitz. And she is fouled by Ina on the way up.
Berlitz 71% from the line.
Berlitz averaging 15.5 points this year. She's got 12 up to this point. And the free throws. I mentioned early on how UBC was 5% better at the free throw line, but not tonight. They're 60% from the floor, and the Heat are 82%, but it's a 5-point deficit for the hosts. INCU kicks it out to Ibbotson. Ibbotson for three, and it's good! Back to 2 points with 43 seconds to go.
Yeah, no need to foul here. Just get a good defensive possession.
Martindale left wide open, and they are going to say it remains UBC ball. It looked like it was going to go off of a T-Bird. 34 seconds left. Bobby Mitchell's able to get Ina back in.
Yeah. Offense, defense sub again.
Martindale will inbound. Oh, there's a bad pass. Yeah. Berlitz had nowhere to go. And it's Heat ball with 33 seconds left, down 2. The Williams for Ina switch, which you can just expect now every stoppage.
Mitchell was just yelling to make that one happen there.
Here's Uke now. Behind the back around Merton. She drives, gets it to go, and we're tied with 23 seconds left. Timeout called by UBC, and the crowd is going nuts.
And that was surprising. We've seen Uke pass the ball off virtually every time.
8 assists.
Yeah, and this time decided just to go up and under. What a beautiful layup. And just like that, we're knotted up here at 77.
The last time, as I said, the Heat led was with 3:03 to go in the first quarter when they were up 14-13. And they have not been tied since. It's been UBC in front the whole way until now.
So, we got 1 possession left.
Yes, the shot clock is off.
We think Olivia Weeks might get a touch of the basketball here.
She's been decent, I would say. 25 points, 13 rebounds.
3 steals.
7 of her 13 rebounds as well have come on the offensive glass.
Watch for Sophia Bergman as well. She's had that, we said, that quiet night. That's ticked up to 18 points. They have been getting good penetration to the paint. But the Heat have their defensive players in, each with the timeout left, with 23.3 to go.
So
it'll be 14 on the shot clock though, because they got their front court possession.
Right.
So there could be
the shot clock not off. That's correct.
So we'll have maybe another one after this.
Berlitz to inbound to Martindale. Can feel the tension. Weeks inside, couldn't handle it at first. Goes up, can't get it to go. The ball, she gets the offensive board. Berlitz gets the offensive board and puts it in. What a play by the German to put her team up 2 with 11.7 seconds left. I mentioned the offensive rebounds, and there was Olivia Weeks getting it.
There was a couple there, and Berlitz's strength to put that back up on practically 1 foot. But we got a crucial free throw.
Berlitz can make it a 3-point game, and she does off the front of the rim and the back of the rim. A timeout is called with 11.7 seconds to go. And now the Heat need a 3-point bucket. I mean, they could try and get a hoop in the arm, but you don't want to probably do that, I would think.
I think
Aiko Williams, maybe?
Yeah, I think you're looking for Aiko Williams. We've seen her kind of receive some an open 3-pointer, but it was on the baseline play, so a sideline play will be different. UBC will surely kind of sell out on the 3-point line, so if you do have the chance to pass it down and you get an easy layup with just a couple seconds off the clock, I think you can do that because then you can foul afterwards. But already then you're about 4 or 5 seconds and you don't have a timeout left either. So it's got to be really quick or a three-point shot.
Yeah, if you're going for 2, it's got to be fast with only 11.7 seconds to go.
Now what you could do for UBC is you could foul.
Yep. Absolutely.
Pending no shot. But if a Heat player has the basketball and is dribbling around a little bit, grab her, foul her, make her earn it from the line. So maybe that's a tactic that will be utilized by the T-Birds. So Aiko Williams, Kelsey Falk, Sophia Yuk, Rachel Hatinga, and Ibbotson.
Those are the 5 out there. Yuk will inbound. Ibbotson has it.
No fouls here, no fouls here.
Yuk.
Shoot, gotta shoot.
Time is ticking. Williams, is she gonna get a shot off? It's blocked by Berlitz, and that is going to do it. The Heat could not get a shot off. We saw that play many times tonight.
Just swallowed up.
Where the perimeter defense was outstanding, and Aiko Williams just could not get the shot off, and the UBC Thunderbirds, I guess you could say they escaped with an 80-77 victory over the UBCO Heat to stretch their winning streak to 11 games. Final thoughts, Bowen Asman.
What a game. I mean, the Heat did well to fight back and battle back in that fourth quarter and had a chance to send it to overtime. But the Thunderbirds defense, as they've done all in this winning streak, shut the door, and now they're on to their 11th victory. But it was the Olivia Weeks show.
It was
tonight.
25 points, 13 rebounds. She also had a team-leading 3 steals, as did Sarah Taniguchi, for the Thunderbirds. And on the other side, for the home team, Kelsey Falk led the way, 22 points, 6 rebounds, and Jaylee Ibbotson, once again, just outstanding. It was a slow start, but she ended up with 20 points and 12 rebounds in a losing effort. But that was a fantastic game. These teams will go at it again tomorrow at 4 o'clock here in the Furnace. So the Heat have their brief 2-game winning streak snapped. They fall to 7-8, while the Thunderbirds improve